Hello and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror 666, the podcast where two dudes spin a wheel every day leading up to Halloween. It chooses the horror film and they discuss it. Today we're talking 2020's Spree, which was directed by Eugene Kotalenko. I'm your co-host, Alec.
I'm Eric.
There he is.
Yeah, the boy.
Sorry about your name, Eugene. Your last name is kind of hard to pronounce. That's the director. But yeah, continuing on our indie and foreign horror films. And today we're covering, kind of a found footage for the modern times. This is Spree. And you found this one, Eric. How did you hear about this one?
I looked it up and it sounded pretty unique. It sounded like, oh, this is kind of like social media meets like Uber meets like a killing spree kind of thing. It was like all the things.
Yeah, like it's hard to compare this to anything really. I mean, I guess like for me, the thing I would say this is kind of like Creep meets American Psycho with social media.
That's perfect. I would say the closest thing I could think of is Creep.
Yeah, because it's all found footage. Like everything's from like either like a dash cam or a phone or a Ring camera. Like nothing is like an actual camera.
No, everything is Instagram Live. It's all stuff recorded on Facebook, Instagram, his social pages. So it's like we're watching his social pages historically.
Yeah, and it's like somebody put it all together as if it was a found footage documentary. It's like Paranormal Activity. And yeah, it's like put together to be a narrative plot. So it was cool. I mean, I liked it, man. It's not like a classic. It's not something I'd be like, you gotta check out Spree.
I really liked it, and I was kind of bummed to see, and I usually do this at the end, but Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 66, and the audience is 60. I'm like, oh, I'll give this at least a 78. It's better than a 66.
It kind of reminded me of Tucker and Dale, like, where it felt like the premise was good. It took off and it started going places. And then the last like 30-ish minutes, it kind of started getting a little bit ridiculous. So I don't know if maybe this would have been a better short film, but I don't know. Do you thought it was strong from beginning to end?
I could not agree more that the last, like the scene when she crashes into the house and like pins him against the wall felt a little like super jump the shark.
Yeah.
Obviously, like predicted, like killed the mother. Like kind of knew that happened, right?
I didn't.
You didn't? Oh, I knew exactly when he went to see the mom and came out. You didn't hear anything, and he put the like necklace thing on the mirror. I was like, yeah, he definitely just knocked off his mom, which is messed up.
I was stupid. Well, okay, hold on. So if he kills the mom, then at the very end, when David Arquette comes out and he's like, hi or whatever, he didn't see the dead body on the ground. Like that was the first time he's like, wait, you killed your mother? And he's like right there. It's like, wait, you were in the house before they crashed the car and she was there.
I think, well, he's coming back from the club. He probably just walked in and passed right out.
He was doing heroin.
Yeah, you saw the needle, right? And
yeah, but like, I'm assuming he had to come in the house, see a dead body.
And he just passed out.
Okay, I guess he happened to miss the dead body on the floor. Like, didn't say like, hey, I'm home, or why are the lights on, or like anything, but whatever. We're jumping way ahead, but
he might have gone into a different entrance the other way, into a different room.
Yeah.
And not even walked in that way. It looked like it was from the garage in, right? Or something. I don't know.
The only reason, because I thought the parents are divorced, so I thought the only reason he was there is because the son told him, he's like, yeah, I found a bag of your heroin in the house behind like a dresser. So I thought David Arquette snuck back in. That's the only thing I could think of.
That could definitely be like the timing too. It's like the right time of night if you think about it as well. Like everyone's like coming home from the bar at this time and calling these Uber, Spree, go-go things.
Yeah, this is after his show, so it's got to be pretty late. But you know what? Really quick, in case anybody hasn't seen this, we'll just give a very brief overview of the film. So it's basically about this kid, and let me get his name. Kurt Kunkel. Yeah, Kurt's World. Anyway, so he's got this like YouTube channel, and he's like a 20-something kid and not having a lot of success on social media, but he's like, he used to babysit this kid who's doing really well. So he's kind of like trying to suck up to him to get attention, basically. All this kid wants is attention on social media. So he's like, all right, I'm going to go crazy and I'm literally going to become an Uber driver and kill people and show it live. So that'll get me attention or whatever. And that's basically like the setup of the film. His parents are divorced. His dad's an ex-music producer, or he's like a DJ or something. It's David Arquette, and he's an only child. And yeah, and then we'll jump into the movie. But yeah, it's
sad. sad in a lot of ways.
It's very sad because, yeah, you're like, Jesus Christ, these people his age or whatever. And this guy's like our age, but he's playing younger. But it's like people that are like 25 and younger, basically. It's like they don't even know what real life is without this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we could go talk about social media for a long time on this podcast, but I mean, that's the message. I don't even know where to start. I just think it must suck to be a celebrity now because you can't do anything without people being like, dude, can you just follow me? Can you follow me? Can you follow? Like, that must... I think that if being a celebrity and, like, getting that must be the one of the, like, cringiest things to hear. Like, dude, can you just, like my post? Can you just, like, hashtag, like, Kurt's World? Ugh,
Yeah.
Like, I think Ashton Kutcher, I saw an interview with him. He said it kind of best where it's just, like, back when he was doing that 70s show... And he's like, we could go to the bar and, like, pick our nose, and there wouldn't be a photo of it.
Right.
Now we go to the bar, there's cameras all over us.
Yeah, I know. It must not be fun. Really quick, speaking of Ashton Kutcher, totally could have seen him playing this character if he was, like, 10 years younger. But anyways.
It's funny you say that. Yeah, no, that's a great... I mean, that's one of the things I thought of, too.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, I mean, yeah, being a celebrity today... The allure is gone, you know, like the only ones who like have any allure still are like Leo or like older celebrities who don't have social media and aren't documenting their whole lives. Like that's what used to make celebrities cool. So we didn't know anything about them. It was like only in magazines, which were also edited to make them look cool. Now it's like, I think January Jones is losing her fucking mind, you know? And like, I don't need to know that. I don't need to know that. But anyways, so social media, yeah, it's especially with the youth.
It's a cancer, dude.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you know I hate it.
I'll be honest right now. There was a time, and I had an aha moment. I was on, I think it was like 2015. I posted like once a week, I'd say, on Instagram. And I remember one time I saw a pod of dolphins in New Jersey, like just going by. The first thing I thought of was, let me take my phone out and document this. It's like, no, you should just. And I just like I went back to get my phone because I was by the water. So let me get a picture of this. And by the time I got my phone, they were gone.
Yeah.
And I missed it. And I realized I was like, I didn't even enjoy it. And then I saw Blink 182, and yeah, I took a video, and I just like I want to remember like this 10-second video. I think it's totally okay to take a couple pictures, you know, just to remember where you sat, you know, get a video of some of your favorite parts. But to be on your phone like some of these people were. First of all, I'm impressed their battery lasted the whole time. But they were literally like live streaming the concert and just holding their phone up. I'm like, you're not even... Just go home and watch it on YouTube if you're going to do that. And you're also blocking my view.
Yeah, no, it's like the worst thing in the world. I hate it. But really quick, back to your dolphin thing. You just needed what Bobby Basecamp had. You need that little thing attached to your chest. You could just turn on by clicking it really quick. You could have filmed the dolphins. There you go. Boom.
That's insane. I mean, it's just... No, but that was like my aha moment when I was like 24, 25. I was like, yeah, I just kind of missed a cool thing. And I don't know, I've been more aware of my social media presence and my posting and this and that. I mean... Part of me is always like, I want to delete it, but then at the same time, I'm like afraid if I delete it, will people like be like, are you okay? It's like, yeah, I'm fine. I just don't want to be on Instagram anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's become so part of our day to day.
I mean, it's not part of my day to day, so it's a choice to do it.
You posted the other day, dude. You posted.
I go on for 10 minutes once a week.
Oh, well, you post on Wheel of Horror, because we use social for Wheel of Horror, because that's the way to engage with fans and stuff. But like,
what I'm saying is like, you don't have to have it on your phone. You don't have to go on it every day. You don't have to scroll. You don't have to do anything. People do it all day, every day. And we don't need to get into this because it's not about this movie, but
no, it is a lot about the movie, dude. Well, it's a lot about it.
Okay, my problem with social media is when people are constantly scrolling and looking at other people doing things, they're not being creative. They're not being productive in their own lives.
Totally.
And what happens is you don't think about how much wasted time is going into something that is so unproductive.
Think about this, though. And the social media is totally the theme of this movie, dude.
Yeah, but let's talk about the movie.
We will. But I have one other social media thing to talk about is, think about this. What you're scrolling through of people's posts are their highlights of their day. So if you're having a shitty day, like where it's like raining outside and you see like someone's in Milan and someone's on their honeymoon and someone's here. And it's like, that sucks. That just like, it makes you feel like you suck. It's like, oh, I'm not living life. And Instagram is supposed to be like, these are people that live. It's like, I think it's the opposite. I think it's people that can't live in the moment anymore.
So my suggestion to everybody is delete it off your phone, and then you just don't go on it.
Yeah.
I did that 2 years ago, and it's like literally, I think I've been on Instagram maybe 5 hours in the past 2 years.
That's really good. I'm on it. I'm on it quite a bit. I'm on it every day, I'd say. And I found a balance though, where I'm not like constantly scrolling, constantly. Sometimes late at night I go on and look at funny videos, but it's a shitty feeling afterwards. It's like, man, I don't do much. I don't get out much. But yeah, people that post every hour, every day, it's like, come on, man, like, get off your phone. Once a month, once every 2 months. I think the last time I posted was in July. That's fine, but it gets to a point where it's like yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. Let's focus on the movie though. So, yeah, so the kid basically goes and he's like, I'm an Uber driver now, so I'm going to pick up random people. And he has been making these YouTube videos about him how to poison water bottles. And these are just online for anybody to watch. And he's showing how to super glue the hole shut or whatever. He fills his Uber or spree. It's called a spree. He fills his spree with all of these poison water bottles and he picks up the first guy. So it's kind of fucked up because like he doesn't know these people. They're just indiscriminate kills. You know, whoever gets in the car, he encourages them to drink the water and then just films them dying. So the first person he picks up is a guy who happens to be a racist. You know, he seemed like a white supremacist who was going to like a college or something to speak. And, you know, it's like, okay, like, great, that guy died or whatever, and he's a racist. So, like,
real quick, that was probably my least favorite part of the movie. Not the racist guy, but like how they like jumped the shark with each of the people he brings into the car. Like he has like a really rapey guy. He has like a really racist guy. It's like these aren't good people he's killing, but it's like just make them normal people. I guess the real estate woman. No, she was a bitch. What am I talking about?
I mean, none of these people deserve to die, I don't think. I mean, nobody did anything that was like kill worthy, but you know, yeah, they just tried to show like, hey, he's killing people that aren't good people, you know, like. So whatever, yeah, there was the guy, the racist guy, there's the like sexually predator guy, and then there's the mean real estate lady. So those are the three kills he gets, and none of them get any attention somehow, which seems crazy to me. But if a guy is killing people online, you'd think he'd get a lot of attention, but apparently not. Everybody thinks it's, or the one kid that's watching his friend thinks it's fake, which I don't know how you could fake this, but okay.
Because he's like, this guy sucks at social media. There's no way he's pulling this off. Yeah. And the reason why Kurt is doing this is because he wants to go viral. That's all he cares for. That's all he lives for. And he thinks this is the only way for me to go viral is if I go on this killing spree using the Spree app, which is like an Uber or Lyft. And that's what the movie's called, Spree, because that's the service, right?
Yeah.
Spree. So it's like killing spree meets the service. So it's very creative. But anyway, keep going. I just want to point out, like, he's doing this because all he cares about is going viral. He's killing people. He's not going viral. He has no views except still Bobby, whatever his name is. And he's getting frustrated.
Yeah, so he's like, I gotta, ramp this up. And the last kill with the sexual predator guy, Mario, the girl, Shashir Zameda, she's like an SNL alumni. She's a stand-up comedian in this movie. She gets in the car and they like point out that she's famous. So he's like, oh, sweet. I can ask her to follow me and blah, blah, blah. So he's just completely like blindly starstruck. He didn't even know who she was. Then he finds out she has followers and then he's obsessed with her. So it's like, that shows clearly what it's about. It's not even about liking somebody or what they do. It's just the number they have. So anyways, after that, he becomes obsessed with Shashir Zameda. She gets out of the car and he's just like, I'm going to follow her and, whatever. And literally in real life and in the social media. So then he's like, all right, you know what? I'm going to crank this up. I need to get attention for this. So he picks up these two girls and this guy who I did not recognize that was Misha Barton. I was like, oh my God.
So random.
Yeah.
So random. But it was a good, also David Arquette's in this.
Yeah.
As well. That's his dad that we met before. And his dad's like, give me a lift, man. Like, kind of like a bum.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like he was his character from Ready to Rumble if he like grew up, but
Yeah, you don't know who Joe Carey is, but he's like one of the main characters on Stranger Things. I know you don't watch Stranger Things, but he's like a really big actor for kids and teenagers these days too. And he's Stranger Things fan.
okay, yeah, no, I didn't recognize anybody except for Misha Barton and Shasir Zameda and David Arquette. Yeah,
Yeah, and for context, like Joe Carey, he plays like a teenage heartthrob, like kind of like good looking, cool guy, hair in Stranger Things. This is a total 180 from what he's used to playing.
well, I saw that the director specifically was like, hey, working with this actor, he was like, you need to be super unappealing because we cannot have people emulating this. So he actively tried to play like very awkward. Apparently, there's coconut oil in his hair to make it look greasy. Like,
Yeah, he had a crappy mustache going. Definitely, I picked that up too. But he also, I don't know if you know, he had like a nervous tick kind of going on, which I think would just naturally happen if you're doing something like this. You'd be kind of like your pupils dilated, kind of stuff. But if you notice, he was always scratching his nose, or like his hands were always moving. Like he had a tick going on, which he doesn't in real life.
I thought it was kind of him playing like the awkwardness of the youth because they like don't have a lot of social skills. Not everybody, but you know, they're raised online, so they like don't know what to do in reality. It's kind of weird.
I think you're right. I think that had a lot to do with it too. Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, so he picks up Misha Barton, who I did not recognize, and these two other people, and he basically kills them. But Misha Barton was like kind of into him, which was weird, but he makes them stand out in the sunroof, and basically he's going to drive while they're up in the sunroof, and they're drunk and on coke and stuff, so they're like totally into it. And he goes to a junkyard where apparently he knows there's dogs. The dogs come up and murder the two people who are standing out of the sunroof, and then he takes a drill, which I didn't know how it was working. Probably had a battery pack, and then stabs it into Misha Barton and kills her. This is all on camera. Still doesn't get any likes or follows or anything. So I'm like, damn, I can't believe this.
Well, why would you don't know it exists. He has no following at all.
Yeah.
So I think he might have 5 followers, and probably one of them is his dad and Bobby is watching. And that's when Bobby's like, dude, this is so fake. You suck. You got 10 more minutes with me. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Whatever. I don't really understand the internet culture that much, but yeah. So I thought that was like, okay. But he didn't get any followers from that. So his desperate attempt now, which is where I wasn't expecting this, it makes it seem like he's going to Shashir Zameda's house and he's going to kill her. But really what he's doing is he's going to Bobby's house and he's going to kill Bobby. So Bobby immediately starts streaming or whatever just to like show his followers that Kurt's here or whatever. And then Kurt kills Bobby and everybody in the chat is still thinking it's fake and he's stabbing Bobby. And it's like, guys, how do you fake this?
I mean, come on. It's so crazy to happen.
Yeah.
Like, anyway. Bobby whips out a gun too and he shoots Bobby. And then what does he do? He steals Bobby's phone, and so instantly he's like, I just got 35,000 followers, or how many Bobby? I don't even know.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
I think at the end of the movie though, it was 50,000
or watching
or 50,000 views. It's like all of that for just 50,000. Who cares? You just murdered so many people.
Yeah. No, well, of course. Yeah.
I mean, dude, if it was like 1 million views, yeah, totally worth it.
Oh 50, okay, yeah, like what number is okay?
No, I mean, but no, for real, 50. Who like? It's like, it's so sad.
Yeah. But yeah, so he kills Bobby, steals his phone, and is able to, every time he turns on his camera, it goes to all of Bobby's followers.
One other thing, Bobby isn't nice. He's a bully. And he's like, he's right in some ways. He's like, dude, I don't owe you shit. You babysat me and cleaned my diaper when I was a kid. Right. I thought that was funny, but he's still really mean to him. He calls him like all these slurs and stuff.
Yeah, no, he was like the typical like douchebag, like, you know, Instagram douchebag. But I did see one video of the actor that plays him, dude. It was actually pretty funny. It's the kid who plays Bobby, but he has his own YouTube channel in real life, and he basically is like, hey, my name is John, I'm 19 years old, and I never learned how to fucking read. And basically it's just like goes into this whole like story about how this kid never learned how to read. It was actually really funny.
Dude, that reminds me, oh my god, I gotta tell this one quick story. You know who Randy Orrit is?
Randy Orrit?
He's a wrestling guy.
No.
They did that thing with him when he was getting interviewed. He's like, I heard you don't know how to read. He's like, I know how to read. He's like, okay then, read this. And he has his book, and he says, I don't know how to read.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I told you. He's like, no, that's what this paper says. It says I don't know how to read. You said it. You said it,
Oh
buddy.
my God.
I just thought that was so funny when I saw that.
That is pretty funny. But yeah, so this kid, Bobby, he's a douchebag, but he's a good actor because he makes you hate him or whatever. So then Kurt just starts taking a shower in Bobby's house, is streaming all of this, is basically just like taking over his life on the internet, which is crazy. And then from there, he just continues his madness, and he goes and stalks Shasir Zameda. No, first he goes with his dad. His dad's like, pick me up or whatever. I've got some DJ called Uno, which apparently everybody in the stream likes. So they're like, go to Uno, you idiot, or whatever. So he goes to this strip club, picks up his dad, and they have this like, awkward conversation about how his dad sucks and, is never there for them, and he's a drug addict and blah, blah, blah. Oh, also, I just want to mention, dude, all of these areas, it starts off in Azusa, I think, California, and then like the first like 20
I know what you're gonna say. I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Maybe, but the first like 20 minutes is like all my neighborhood.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like it would take him a lifetime to get from here to there. I thought that's what you were gonna say. Sorry.
No, I mean it was just interesting seeing the GPS. There was one, it was on Verdugo, and I was like, that's literally one street over. And then there was one on West Avenue 42, and I'm on West Avenue 35, and I was like, oh my God, look at that's crazy.
Yeah, I thought you'd be like, where is the traffic? No.
Well, yeah, some things I was like, okay, but yeah, this movie was very LA. There was a lot of like LA just behavior that I picked up on. But yeah, so he goes to the strip club, and basically his dad's like a loser who doesn't have anybody there. He's got a DJ show at a strip club, so it's like not a good start. And then yeah, Uno's there, and she just wants to take a picture with a LA taco truck. That's all she cares about. So Kurt's like, yeah, I'll take you or whatever. So he takes her to the taco truck or whatever. She drinks the water, but doesn't die. I didn't get that.
Maybe he didn't fill it the right way or something, or maybe she just took one sip.
Yeah.
But he didn't really want her to die. He wanted her to hashtag him.
Oh, yeah.
He goes to get the tacos for her, comes back, she's dead, cops are there. He has to plan like, oh, she's like my girlfriend, she's passed out, this and that. They do a sobriety test on him. He's not drunk or anything. He's totally fine. And then like you're saying, she didn't die. She wakes up, shoots the cop.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, this just got real. And he gets out of there and goes crazy, pretty much.
I didn't like that scene.
It's a little jump the shark as well, but to me, the thing that bothered me the most about this movie is just the first couple passengers. Like it just seems so over the top racist. It just felt unreal, and then so over the top, like pick her up, man, she's so hot. like ooh, gross. No, people don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed a little over the top.
Yeah, I was okay with the beginning. I didn't even really realize they were all scumbags until right now, being like, oh, okay, yeah, he had to kill them.
Also,
yeah.
Also, the guy's like, oh, these are cameras here? Let me be racist right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like that didn't make any sense to me, but that's just my take.
But then, I mean, I guess this guy is like publicly racist, though. If he's going to a school.
Yeah, it sounds like, yeah, exactly.
I guess he doesn't care. Point. Maybe he wants that kind of attention, but yeah, that scene, though, with Uno, like, dude. He leaves her in the car, like, whatever. She drinks the poison. I was okay with that. I was like, sweet, this adds more tension or whatever. But then the thing I didn't like is he gets back in the car and, like, I don't even know what happened. Like, a cup fell or something like that. And the cops are like, oh, the crazies are out on Friday night. And I was like, he didn't even do anything. Like, what did he do? And they come over.
I think he littered. Wasn't he littering or something? He threw like the taco stuff.
I guess, but I mean, for them to come over, they should have just been like, "Hey, is this your trash?" Like they acted like he already had like done something really weird, and it looked like a mistake. Like he dropped. I think he threw the water bottle, and
maybe I missed something. I don't know.
It was weird though. It just kind of seemed like they overreacted, but whatever.
Like that's what the cops are doing on LA on a Friday. It's like, oh, this guy just threw out a water bottle. Let's go see what's up.
There is trash fucking everywhere out here. So for them to say that and be like, all right, get out of there, we're doing a sobriety test. Like, anyways. So the other thing I hated was, yeah, Uno wakes up from being poisoned, immediately takes a gun and shoots the cop in the head, which I thought she shot him through the windshield, but then the windshield's not broken. So I'm like, all right, I don't know what's going on anymore. But that's kind of where the movie started to lose me a little bit, where it just got so ridiculous. And then he like GTA escapes the police, and like goes underneath where the homeless people live under a bridge and like hits their tents and stuff. And I'm like, and he crashes his car. It's like, okay.
It does like a full like flip in the air. And
yeah.
like, he probably is in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And wait, where did he go from there? I'm trying to remember. Like, so he crashes.
And then he goes to the comedy club.
Yeah. Okay, I understand why this got a 60 something.
So it just kind of like went insane from there. Like the premise was really cool, but then yeah, like he's at a strip club. The woman like doesn't die, takes a gun, shoots a cop. He runs from the cops, blows his car up, and it's just kind of like Jesus Christ. Then he's like obsessed with this comedian, goes there. The comedian has this revelation on stage about how she's like social media is bad, phones are bad. Breaks her phone on stage, and everyone's like, "Woo, good for you!" It's like, okay,
Kyle Mooney, shout out.
right. Kyle Mooney is this guy that has a crush on her. He says like a couple of really cringy lines, but yeah, that one where he's like, "I know the Comedy Central scouts." Like, oh, that's so LA, dude. But anyways, so yeah, so they're basically Kyle Mooney's like obsessed with her, and he's like on stage waiting by the sides or whatever. But so is Kurt, and he's waiting there, ready to kill her. He has the phone out, he has his gun, and he's ready to shoot her. But then she basically, like, I don't know, just says, I'm fucking done with all this stuff. And it makes Kurt, like, I don't know, switch. And he's like, yeah, I'm all about love now. Like, I love you. So he then goes out, steals a go-go, which is like the lift to Uber.
Well, because Spree gets shut down.
Yeah.
Because the cops are on to this Spree killer. So it's like going from Uber gets shut down. It's like, well, might as well get a lift. And
yeah,
that's exactly what happens. Like,
right. So yeah, he just gets in a lift, kills the guy who's driving the lift, and which I thought was Stanley Tucci, but it's not.
The best part about his car was those beaded seats. I fucking hate those seat covers.
Yeah,
you've been in a car with those are like the most like who would have that? It's nothing comfortable at all.
I've seen him, but I have no idea. Yeah, but yeah, so he then steals a go-go. Somehow his go-go that he stole happens to connect with Kyle Mooney's phone, and he's waiting outside by chance. I think I don't know how this works, but sure.
He is in the area, and that's the only thing you can say.
Sure. Okay, fine. So anyway, so he happens to be the one guy in the go-go that happens to pick up Shasir Zameda, who doesn't have a phone because she just broke it, gets into the car with Kurt, and Kurt's like, hey, remember me? And she's like, fuck, it's that guy I made fun of at the show, and I've made fun of on my social media, and blah, blah, blah. So Kurt is being pretty stupid, like not even looking at her or being like, I have a gun, like don't do anything, like not doing anything. And we get this kind of just drawn out Shasir Zameda choking him with a wire, and then him crashing, and then her getting away. It's just like this drawn out chase, basically.
But correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't she like whip out a phone too to see like how she's trending after doing that whole social media thing?
She broke her phone on stage, but she still physically had the broken phone. And then she got in the car to try to charge it, thinking it might turn on so that she could try and call the police. But then Kurt was like, it won't work. Your phone won't work. I saw you break it or whatever, you know?
Yeah, but she's also like asking Kyle Mooney, like, how am I trending? It's like, you don't really care.
No, dude, come on. This was all a stunt.
She made it like 6 minutes into realizing, oh, wait, I don't have a phone because I just broke it for the stunt I did on stage.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, I'm sure she was doing it in the back of her mind thinking, somebody will pick this up and be like, wow, she's so brave.
Yeah, like, I'm due for an upgrade anyway.
Yeah, it's whatever. So basically it ends with Shasir Zameda crashing the car into a house and then pins Kurt up against the wall. And we find out that it's actually Kurt's house. So they drove all the way from LA out to Azusa or whatever. And so David Arquette is home. He has a heroin band around his arm, and we assume he's been shooting up in the back. Find out that Kurt killed his mom in the beginning, and then Shasir Zameda kills Kurt, takes a picture with him.
Well, he kills David Arquette first.
Right. They have this very, like, you're a bad dad or whatever. It's like, you killed your mom, and then...
I killed my dad, too.
Yeah,
So messed up.
Anyways, so then Kurt, all of this, kills his mom, kills his dad, kills like 10 other people, all for internet fame, which I guess he ultimately gets.
I think that's the sad message is like, yep, that's one way to get famous.
Yeah, it ends with Shasir Zameda getting all the things she ever wanted to. I mean, she gets like a TV show and magazine cover.
It really made me feel like shit after that. And like it goes into not Reddit, but what's that other thread?
Oh, 4chan.
It goes into 4chan, and I'm like, I just hate people. And all throughout the movie too, you see the comments coming in of people like, yeah, get it, Kurt. Yeah, Kurt. And people are donating like a Patreon to his stream.
Yeah.
Like, oh, double tap, like run over her again, or go get Uno, $5, $2 here.
Yeah.
And wasn't it like $20? Like run them over. I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
this is the world we live in, kind of.
Well, yeah, because there's like a shield in front of everybody, and they can type whatever they want because they're not saying it in front of somebody to their face. So they feel like they can do whatever they want. But it's an interesting movie. It's not amazing, but it was good. I'm not mad I watched it, but it's a sad, scary look at our society.
Yeah, and it's kind of wild to think about that this movie happened, and then about a year or so later, there was a live stream school shooting in Tennessee where someone live streamed on Facebook a shooting.
Yeah,
very similar to this kind of situation, and it makes you scared. Like, man, there's people out there that do this stuff. But the ultimate message is also, like, just be nice. Like, just, you never know what someone's going through. Obviously, Kurt is hurting, and everyone's fucking mean to him, from his dad to his kid he babysat to, do you remember this one scene when he's talking, he has a coffee cup? I have a K in my name, but they specifically on this coffee cup made it C-U-R-T instead of K-U-R-T, which is just like, no, it's just like another small sprinkle of people not caring about you. So he literally felt like not cared about. And the followers, having no views, every time he makes a video, Kurt's World, 0 views in the corner. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah.
He never had a view up until he took Bobby's phone. Pretty much.
The thing is, man, it's just all it is about is like, what are your priorities? And his parents didn't direct him into realizing his value is in more than what other people's opinions of him are on the internet. So it's kind of on the parents, man. I mean, they should have been like, hey, this is really cool, you're creative, but like, who cares what other people think? Just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually somebody will find it. But for you to only emulate other people and kill people like to get attention, it doesn't make sense. What's the goal?
Another thing you can think about is you have, he has a pretty bad upbringing. I don't think it's the worst I've ever seen, but his dad's a heroin addict, DJ in a strip club. Mom seems okay. I don't know what I'd say. He has a pretty decent bedroom. He has Wi-Fi, but they give him a device that gives him the connection to do this stuff. So it's like the responsibility is on the parents. Like, are you okay with giving your son this device? Do you feel comfortable? They don't care. They just let it out. Just have a phone.
Yeah.
And all these teenagers have phones, and it's kind of scary how powerful that phone is.
It's terrifying. Anyways, decent movie. I think it's worth checking out. It's not a masterpiece, as I said, but pretty original. So check it out.
That's what I'd say too. Yeah. No other final thoughts. I just say, like, I just wish we didn't have social media. I really do.
You don't have to.
I know, but the world. I don't want the world to.
I agree. All right, spin the old wheel, Eric.
All right, pull it up.
Oh wait, we don't even need to. We only have one movie left.
Oh yeah, is it The Watcher or Watcher? I think it's
Watcher.
All
right, sweet. Well, everybody, thank you very much for listening into our episode on Spree, and we will see you all tomorrow on Halloween for Watcher.